Hello, you're welcome to Code for Dummy. I am Taufik, and today we're going to be getting generally started in the use of Django for building our web applications. We're going to, run through the necessary things you need to install to get started as a beginner, and lastly, we're going to, render a single HTML page portfolio website into our project and see how it works. Are you excited for this? Of course, I am. And without further ado, let's get started. So firstly, just go to an empty page in your system just like this and try to right click. If you see anything like git bash here or git GUI here, shows you have git installed in your system, and if you don't, do not worry, just quickly head up to this URL here, git.scm.com, and download the one that is compatible with your system. Presently I'm in a 64-bit Windows system, so I'm going to click on this to get this downloaded. Of course, you're going to have it downloaded, and the installation process is pretty straightforward. Of course, I have it, so I'm going to cancel this installation. So when you get it downloaded, all you have to do is to go back to this and right click. You're going to see this git or git bash here. You just click on git bash here, and to be sure you have Python installed in your system, because of course Django we want to work with is a Python framework, and we have to have Python installed in our system to get it started. So just go and click and write Python dash version on your git bash and press enter. If you see the version come out just like the one I have here, it shows you have Python installed in your system, so you don't have to do the next process. But if you don't, then kindly just head up to this python.org, and you're going to see this link, something like this. Just download this Python and have it installed in your system. The installation process is pretty straightforward. If you have any issue in installing this, kindly just drop the comments down. I'm going to attend to it. And lastly, we have to have our code editor. I'm simply doing this for the absolute beginners who don't have anything ready for this. We have to download the code editors, and we have a lot of them, but personally I use PyCharm, which I think is okay. You can download VS Code, Atom and everything, and they are okay too. They are great products. If you are interested in PyCharm, just head up to this jetbrains.com and download it. We have two versions. We have the professional and the community version. I think the community version is the free one, which is pretty nice, and it's okay. It's the one I use, so you can actually download it. Just click on the exe and select, and you're going to see the downloading getting prompted. And of course the installation is pretty easy. If you have any issues, I've said earlier, just drop the comment. I'm going to attend to it. So now I have PyCharm installed on my system, so of course I'm not going to go through with the installation process. So when you have everything ready, then this is time to get started with our Django application. So the first thing first, you have to go, you are going to come up when you open your PyCharm. You're going to see something like this. Of course, you're going to see a user interface like this. Kindly just go to the terminal, of course, and install Django into your PyCharm, because of course we want to use Django application. I just type pip install Django and enter. Of course, this is going to take like about a minute or so to install. So for the sake of not wasting your time, I'm going to pause this video and play it when the installation is fully completed. Yeah, the installation is fully completed now, and the next thing is to start our project. So what is the name of our project? Let's call it my portfolio, of course. So just if you want to just start by typing Python Django /admin start project, and you're going to give that project a name. As I've said earlier, my portfolio. And I used to tell my students you have to put a space and a full stop after this portfolio. This is just to prevent that extra directory that is being produced. You can only understand it better when you do the one without the space and the one like this, and you understand how this works. So you just press enter, and you're going to see your portfolio folder. Your portfolio directory will be automatically generated on files prep, the init.py, the url.py and everything. But to be sure that of course we have successfully installed this our Django, let's quickly go and type Python manage.py run server. So of course this is going to generate like a local host in port 8000 for us, just like we have here. You can just simply copy this local host and go to any browser on your system and just paste it there. Just paste. We're going to have, of course, our installation is successful. So I would like to render a simple HTTP response to show the dynamism that can happen with this page here. So simply just let's go to this project level directory in my portfolio. Of course the files are not complete exactly. We need a place where we're going to render our HTTP or HTML template, and that file is always called views.py, and of course they don't have it here, so I have to manually right click on this my portfolio and click on Python file and write views.py. Views.py file, of course, yeah, views and the .py will be added normally. So just let's import the HTTP response from Django.http import HTTP response. Now we've installed HTTP response, and let's create our views. So we're going to call the views home, of course. I mean, it's the first page. Now we're going to page request here. So we're going to return the HTTP response, and let's see, this is my portfolio website. Then let's refresh this our page and see what we have. Of course it's not going to work. And why is it not working? Because we need to create a path for it. The file path is always created in the us.py, and in order to create this path we have to firstly install the view. We have to import the views.py file. From here we have to install it into us.py. We are in us.py, we have to import this view.py there. So now to get this, because they are in the same level of project, we're going to say from dot import views. So now let's create the path. Just path. We're going to make it empty, because we have after port 8000 we don't want anything in front of it to display our portfolio. We're going to views dot what we created file. We created the the views as home. If you look at this views.py, we call it home. So that's simply the thing we are opening up here. That's why we are using the views.home, and let's just give it a name of home. Of course we might not really need it in this project, but at least just to make sure it looks like the perfect Django application, just like it does, then we call it home. So now if you go back and refresh this page, you're going to see, voila, this is my portfolio website. Of course that means our views.py and us.py is serving up our HTTP response. But for the sake of this project, I've said earlier, we're not going to be using the HTTP response. We're going to be serving up a simple portfolio theme that I downloaded online. So I'm going to leave the link to the description down, where you can get this portfolio theme downloaded here. You can just say an HTML template and stack. If I just click on download, and you're going to get it downloaded. Of course I'm not downloading because I have it already in my system. I don't want to waste time. So this is it. So you can just right click on it and extract files. You're going to extract it, and you're going to come up with something like this here, like I have here. So all you need to do is just we have to serve up this file in our website, in this our little Django website. I mean, cancel this. Now this little Django website. So to do that, we go to the root directory, the project directory, and create a directory known as templates. This way we are going to be serving all our HTML if we will be having more than one HTML in the website. And in this template, we're going to go and copy the index here, copy it and paste it in the template, because of course that's where we're going to be serving our HTML from. So we have to let Django know that, oh, we want to be serving our template, our HTML, from the folder called template. So we'll go to the settings.py here and check for templates. Of course, this is the template, this is the backend and everything. So the directory is going to be templates, of course the one we've created, these templates here, to impute it in the settings.py template. Perfect. So now let's go to the views.py, and instead of using the http response, let's just use the shortcut Django, the render function, so we can render real HTML. Django dot shortcut import render. Perfect. So instead of returning http response, we're going to render requests. Then we're going to put the name of our HTML file there, which is index.html. So we just type index.html. So now if you refresh this same page now, if you refresh this same local host now, we're going to be seeing our HTML loading. But of course it's not looking pretty now because the CSS and the JavaScript and everything is not loaded up with it. So we're going to start to load it with it. To get it started, we're going to learn something about static file configuration in Django, and this will help us to get this page looking very pretty in a matter of minute. So now let's get started. Of course, as I've said earlier, this is the static files. They're already here, but to get it in our Django file, first you have to go to Django in our project level directory here, portfolio, right click on it and create a directory, call it static. Perfect. So we have to now come open this static file and copy all the static files and paste it there, paste it in this new static file we've just created. Just paste. Perfect. So it's there now. So we have to allow Django to know that we want to be serving up our statics files from a folder here, and that whole concept is known as static file configuration. And to get started, just go to your settings.py, and I think yes, perfect, here is good. Then type static roots. So the static roots is going to be the base directory, and then static, and also the last one static files underscore drs directory is going to be in a list. Also we're going to you're going to link that to my portfolio project directory level here to the static here. You have to have my portfolio slash static. Perfect. So now this whole concept is known as static file configuration, and to end it, we have to go to our terminal and type python manage.py, sorry, must have manage.py collect static. Something amazing will happen here. Yes, of course we can see that all the files here have been copied to the root level directory here, but with an additional file known as the admin.py. So all the link to the static file from our HTML here, all these links linked into the images and everything will now be served up from the Django acknowledge static folder. And to get it started, if we are going to refresh this page now, we're going to see that basically nothing has happened yet, and that's because we have to load static on our HTML web template, and also write some ginger syntax to get linked to some of those static files. First thing first, we have to go up here and type load static, and Then we're able to go to all the links linking to any of those static files. Just copy everything, cut, copy everything, then cut it. We are going to type this Jinja thing syntax, static in a single quotation, and put it inside. So now let's see if this gets served up this single PNG file. So just refresh. Of course, you see that this PNG file gets served up. Look at it here, this B here. Let's going to do that to all the links we have here. So I'm going to fast forward the video now, so that we can I don't want to waste any of your time and everything, so we can get it done faster. And finally this. Yes, that's all. So now let's go to the website and refresh. Oh, okay, so probably we have some error that we need to attend to. Oh yes, this is static. Of course we wrote static, so that's in line 21. So let's quickly return to line 21 and fix that, so we can get our website up. Static. Yes. So let's refresh. Perfect. So now we have the website, the portfolio website. Again, amazing, I see. So if you're looking at it and be like, oh, I built this, why is this guy name showing here? That's my name. Of course, you can just simply just go to this HTML. If you're using PyCharm, just press Ctrl R, so it's for replace, and type the name O2, Taufik O2, and you want to replace it with your name, just click down here, and if your name is Bashir, just Bashir Ahmad, something like that. So of course replace all. Of course it's just simply 1 or 2. Okay, replace all, so which is nice. Then if you can go back to the, we can refresh. So perfect, you have Bashir Ahmad there. So personally, this is the first and this is a single portfolio website. Of course Django can do much more than this, and probably I'm thinking in the next video I'm going to make a video where we can configure this email functionality, so anybody that comes to do such, I can send you email. If you want to make any changes in this HTML template, it's fairly up to you. Of course you can the skills, just edit where we have HTML. If it is graphic design, you have an entity, just edit and everything, and before you have your own portfolio website too. You can also give links to your social media pages here and everything. So if you're excited for this, I'm excited to just subscribe, like, leave all the good stuff, turn on the post notification, because I'm planning to drop more videos concerning Django application. And if you're interested, please just support and everything, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for your time.